Um, I think we're live. Chat, are we live? YouTube, please work. Uh, yep, we're live. What is up, people? The internet, it is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful February 9th, 2026. I hope everyone's having a great day, and we're joined by Mr. Real Texas Politics, aka Crockett is done.
Hello. I may have to change it. The Tallarico is done, but
Yeah, we may have to change that. So yeah. Well, we have a lot to talk about today. We're gonna talk a little bit about I guess we talk about the Bad Bunny thing because it's kind of a story, even though it's like it's everybody knew it was be shit, but yeah, it was uniquely bad. We're also gonna talk about more of the Epstein file stuff because allegedly members of Congress will be able to I think it was they could go see the files unredacted. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about today. Before we get into today's stream, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content. And if you have any questions or concerns or want to support the channel even further, the best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I'll read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. So yeah, again, share the stream. Share the stream to everybody, your friends, family, people on Twitter. Share the link. Okay, so let's get into it. I guess we could start with the big news of the day, starting with the Texas Senate primary, as we got new polls from was it University of Houston, right?
University of Houston, yes.
Yeah. So we got new
This is one of the
polls.
polls I was waiting on. So uh, for the Republican primary, we have Ken Paxton up 38,
Yeah. Yay.
Cornyn is 31, Wesley Hunt's at 17. There were polls from last week that had Wesley Hunt in second place. I figured those were outliers, and sure enough, they were. And then we have Jasmine Crockett up 8, 47 to 39.
Yeah.
And then the third minor candidate, Ahmad Hassan's only at 2%.
Yeah. So this is the poll right here from University of Houston. Like how old are they as a pollster? I kind of forgot.
I don't know, but I was waiting on one of the on Texas on an actual like Texas based poll to come
Yeah.
out.
So, I guess we could really look at when we look at the Texas Senate primary. I think it's clear Ken Paxton got locked up. I think it's clear now he's going to be the one of the two candidates. Second place is still to be determined. I do think the Cornyn's a little bit high in this poll, but
I think it's going to be Cornyn and Paxton. I think it's kind of like their bases are all locked
I
up.
guess
Cornyn's got the establishment. Paxton's got the
I think
grassroots,
what's going
and
to
then
happen is
Hunt's
Trump.
got like whatever's left.
Yeah, Trump's just going to endorse both. I think that's what's going to happen. He's just going to endorse both Paxton and Cornyn. Let them fight it out.
If he does a co-endorsement of both of them, that basically changes nothing in the primary,
Yeah,
and that's
that's
going
what I'm
to
saying.
And if anything, that basically means Paxton's got it in
Well,
the
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
primary. Because
Like he doesn't want to piss
I think
anybody off.
they did have head-to-head numbers. I don't know if there's a tweet about it, but maybe I can just send you the link to the poll itself. I'm not sure if it'll work though, because it's like a
Yes.
PDF document.
Yeah, so that's the thing with the this poll. Like they do have Cornyn in second, but like a Trump co-endorsement, it seals it for Paxton. But he's gonna probably, I would assume he's gonna do that because he doesn't want to piss either off, just in case the other person does lose or something. That
Yeah,
is
so
a
I think we do
concern.
have head-to-head
Pull this up.
numbers. So Paxton Cornyn, which is what I expect. Paxton's up 11. He's up 51 to 40, 9% undecided.
Where's the stats?
I sent you the link. I sent you the
You know,
PDF
I see the
link.
PDF. Like, where is it for the head to head?
Page 10.
Page 10. Where are you at?
Or well, it'll be 10 of 25. It'll say page 9 on the bottom though.
Okay. Yeah, right here. We do got the runoff polls right here. Yeah, Pax has got it. Pax has got this.
Yeah, I'm a little the Paxton Hunt ones are weird though, but I think it's just because Hunt's I don't know, both campaigns are going after Hunt now. So
I think what
that's
they're trying to do is like because like Hunt voters would vote for Paxton. I think they just want to prevent Cornyn from winning. I think.
I think the other thing is that both campaigns know that if Wesley Hunt, I mean, I know this poll doesn't say it, but I would agree with their campaigns that if Hunt goes to the runoff, both of them, Hunt would probably be favored in both of them.
Oh yeah, no matter what, because like Hunt, he's gonna get the back of the establishment. Like that's a guarantee. They're not
Hmm.
gonna let Paxton but the thing is, like, if it's Paxton versus Hunt, though, like that is weird though. They have it down like 23. Jeez. But yeah, both campaigns are targeting him.
Who
So
joined? Who joined?
It's Will
Will
Stansel. I got
Stancil.
Oh yeah,
um,
we were just talking about the primary
in the
poll.
this PFP is amazing. Zach D Films is a real American patriot.
Oh,
Yeah.
who?
That is very true.
Zach D Films. You don't know the
Oh yeah,
guy
yeah,
who
I know
made.
who that is. Yeah. I know who that is.
So, Luke, we were just talking about the Texas primary poll. So,
Okay,
Yeah, we're gonna tell Rico is getting cooked by the black woman.
yeah,
When a
well,
black woman is when a black woman is speaking, we sit our white asses down and
oh
listen.
jeez.
That's what you got to remember.
and learn.
Yeah,
Yes, we listen and learn. And yeah, I changed my name back. I changed my name to Talarico. Is done. Um,
and yeah, speaking of Telrico, before I get to that, I got a couple super chats.
and by the way, this poll was taken before the all red endorsements.
Oh really?
Hmm.
Yeah, this was a couple weeks ago. Why did it take
This
so
was
long to
from
take
late. This
this?
was from late January. Yeah, I don't know, but margin of error 4%. So
Yeah, so I got
above the
the
margin of error. So Crockett is favored. It does seem like it.
yeah, I
Because
got the
I've been here's the
demographics.
thing. I've been under the impression lately that it'd be Tallarico as the nominee. It really does seem like name ID is everything.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I don't know. It just seemed to me that vibes were favoring Tallarico, but that
but
just doesn't seem to be
that
the
all red
case.
endorsement killed him.
He would need to get the remaining all the undecideds to win. Looking at this,
Yeah, and even then, I mean, the funniest outcome is his
Yeah.
would be
runoff.
fair.
The demographics are weird though, because Crockett's leading with Hispanics, which I did not expect.
Yeah,
Again, I'll say this: crosstab. Sometimes crosstab diving isn't the
well,
best.
yeah,
At
especially in
close ups,
primary.
especially in primary. Yeah. Um,
Hmm.
But interestingly, yeah, so Crockett she is winning the black vote by 58. That explains it.
That's what I've been saying for a while. The
That
thing is
explains
with
it.
that, you can win blacks. I mean you can win Hispanics, you can win whites in the primary. But if you as a Democrat are losing blacks like by that much, you're not going to be the
Well,
nominee.
that's
And
the
And
that's what
and it's
sealed
really
it.
because it's because Crockett is a black woman, and that's
and
kind of the thing.
another thing to remember about Texas is this. Uh, what was I gonna say? Fuck.
I don't know.
No, about the primary. Another thing to remember is this: since Crockett has got in, Talrico has led in one poll, one primary poll, and it was Emerson, which notoriously sucks in primaries. They are not a good primary pollster. Um,
Yeah, which is
they're-
weird, but
yeah, and that was it. Every other poll has had Crockett ahead.
all right. K Cup for 5. No NFL. You don't have to celebrate. You don't get to celebrate 250 with America the Beautiful, dedicated to marginalized LGBT people and the most anti-American halftime show. We'll get to that in a little bit. Just it's stupid. Object Classificator for 2. Huge W Japan yesterday. Probably Article 9 change. Yeah, they're gonna change Article 9. They got a
Yeah, we
super
streamed
majority.
it. That was a
I
very
mean,
good election result. That was the biggest election result, like LDP win in history. Won every seat in Tokyo. Almost swept Hokkaido, which is the northern island, which is that's like the Hawaii of Japan,
yeah.
politically speaking. Um,
Yeah, but the thing
but
with Japan is like they got a phenomenal prime minister. That is they got like the best case scenario. They have a
Hmm.
top tier prime minister, a super majority. They can do whatever they want now.
What
And
is
which
Article 9, by
that's
the way?
the military thing, I
Explain.
think. That's a military article.
by the way, I would like our favorite Twitter account. He's quite the character, Irish Patriot. This was his
Yeah. Hold on,
prediction.
pull
We
that
got
up.
to
Yep. This is
his model. That was his model.
yeah, this is gonna go down to infamy. He had the CRA winning, by the way, which is just really look at this shit.
I
Look at
love the
this.
model. I would like to see
LDP
the
going down
model.
by 27. How many seats they end up with? Like 330 or whatever?
Yeah, they got over three. Let's take a look at the final
It was
results.
nuts. This is gonna go down to infamy as one of the takes of all time.
Yeah, they won 316 seats. What did he have them at
Jesus.
in the popular vote? 26.8. They got 36.7. And in the first past the post seats, they got 49%. He had them at 27%.
Yeah, that was wow. That was a beatdown. People are sick. Like,
I just want you to post the map. I'll
yeah.
send
Let me
the
pull up the
map.
map. Let me pull this
Give me a
up.
sec. I'll post
But yeah,
it
like
right
people understand.
here.
Like Japan is our best ally. Let's cut the shit. They're our best ally. Not freaking Israel. Not these other shitty countries. It's Japan.
And
Japan
by the
is
way, you
like,
might see that there's also that other green. And give me a sec. We got this map too, which is the by province, and then the one area that's light green, that's the Ishin party, which is in alliance with the LDP.
yeah. I'm
So
just gonna pull the first map. I'm not gonna pull 20
yeah, you
maps.
don't need
But
to. Yeah.
like, look at this shit. Like, look at this. Oh my, they kicked the shit out of them. Like, that was bad. Like, we expected them to win the majority, but that was a genius to do the election right away. Do snap election.
Yeah, I
That was
was I was anticipating waking up to like yesterday because they count their votes when we're asleep. I was anticipating waking up to like a slight LDP, probably similar to Abe's wins. I wake up and it's like this is the biggest win in Japan's history since like the post-war
well,
period. I'm like,
that's Japan for you. Yeah, it only took a few migrants to make Japan far right. Yeah, they don't piss around in Japan with that stuff. When they see shit like that, they don't piss around. So again, Japan's our best ally. I don't know how anybody could say it's like the UK or something. It's Japan. Clearly our best ally.
the UK is prime minister dependent.
Well, yeah, and now he might resign
Under
this week.
under
So
Blair, they were our best ally.
yeah. But anyways, a couple more super chats to catch up to. That was just a huge win. But yeah, Article 9 is the no war thing where it's like no military and stuff. They're gonna
Which,
change
by the
that
way, the
shit.
U.S. forced them to adopt that, and now they want them to get rid of it.
Well, because like, Japan now, like we can trust them. But
Yeah.
before Puerto Rico for 5. That was a beautiful halftime show, and the LOB is back. Yeah, real. Billy for 5. University of Houston at 2024 at Trump +5 and Cruz +4. Better than our polls. American Nerd for 2. Trump should stay out the Texas primary, in my opinion. He's going to get involved. He's
Well,
going to endorse 2 people.
okay, let me also say something about the UH poll. It does seem like the general election numbers are really weird, though.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah. It's a small sample,
Texas
so.
polling has some of the worst, it has some of the worst systematic bias against Republicans of any state. And it's not talked about that much because Republicans always win Texas. But polls every single year underestimate Republicans, even 2022,
All
when
right.
polling across the board sucked.
All right. Let's see. Puerto
Okay,
Rico
let
for
me go for the general.
No, I
election
got
matchup here.
Puerto Rico for 5. Also, I'm very annoyed that some MAGA influencers are wanting Puerto Rican independence. Well, okay, we'll get to that. Glitch Evie for 2. Japan's our greatest ally. Yeah, clearly they don't piss around in Japan. We love Japan here. We don't shit on them. They're the one country I don't think we ever made fun of on this channel. So yeah, American Nerd for
Okay.
3. American Nerd for 3. Screw UK. We need a special relationship with Japan. Well, we kind of do now, but okay, go on. Sorry.
Okay, general election matchups: Hunt versus Tallarico, Hunt +4; Hunt versus Crockett, Hunt +3; Paxton versus Tallarico, and Paxton versus Crockett, both up by 2; Cornyn versus Crockett, Cornyn +2; Cornyn versus Tallarico, Cornyn +1.
Yeah, so that's Houston polling. So if you do the same error, that's like a Paxton +6 victory or whatever. So
Also, the other big state in America, we have a new Swalwell internal.
well, we'll get to that. American Nerd for 2. I thought Japan wanted Article 9 after World War II. Well, we just forced it on them. We just forced it on them for obvious reasons.
They had to become a puppet state after
After I started Pearl Harbor, yeah, we could trust them for a while. So yeah, now it's like we respect each other, and that's why I like what Japan is like. They it's not like Europeans where it's like oh America, they're nothing compared to us. We can take down the world by ourselves, and then they have a shit military and stuff. But yeah, Japan's war crimes are forgiven because they give us animated shit. Oh God. But okay, so enough of that. We talked a bit about the the Texas news, a little bit of Japan, which again, that's a huge victory. How does the process work in Japan for changing like a constitution? Anybody know?
Well, you needed to get the House of Counselors to vote for it, but luckily they got a supermajority in the lower chamber, which means they can override the House of
Oh,
Counselors,
really?
which is their equivalent of the Senate, basically. Yeah, so
Okay.
they can do. She basically has de facto dictatorial powers now.
Okay. That's what I thought because I know they had a weird council thing, but they don't got to worry about that. Okay.
Yeah,
Gl-
because they got the 2/3 majority.
a glitch EV for two. Left wing parties only got a total of 4 seats. Well, it's Japan. Like again, like somebody brought up in chat, they see two immigrants and doing shit, they immediately go far right. That's Japan. They don't
Yeah.
piss around with that stuff.
Another thing I'll say, which is funny, right after she called the election, they weren't doing too well in the polls. And that's kind of where the Irish Patriot model came from. I think it was still delusional. They weren't going to lose. But you know what she had to do because she was a lot more popular than her party? She basically came out and said, I will resign if the party doesn't get a supermajority. So then everyone voted for her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with the how do you say her name? Is it shit.
Taikashi.
Takashi, yeah.
It's
She is like isn't she at 80% still?
like 68. Her approval went down a bit. She was at 80%, but it went no, it was she was at 75. It went down to like 68.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's still insanely high. And she hasn't done anything really. All right. Um Imagine Japan with an actual birth rate. I mean, did you see the young vote in Japan? That
oh
was
yeah, very.
nuts. That like they I hopefully Japan's turning a corner on that front, but we'll see. We shall see. All right, so enough of that. We got to talk about the American Nerd for Six. Random person in the world. Japan, what do you do in World War II? Japan, nothing of importance. Random guy you sure Japan should play Pokemon. Oh gosh. Okay, so enough of that. I guess we got to get into the um. We went through the Texas primary poll. Let's talk about California now because you brought this up. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but we are getting dangerously close to Operation Chaos occurring. Let's just pull this up. So Eric Swalwell released his poll. All right, and again, I forgot he was running for governor. I kind of forgot about that, but he released a new poll from who is EMC Research. I never heard of these guys. And well, guys, Democrats have a big problem here because according to his own internal poll, he is essentially tied with Steve Hilton for the second spot. Yeah. And for those that don't know, the top two candidates in California move on to the general. Luke, can you explain what that means?
That means I think we're at a point where there's a serious discussion that California will be electing a Republican governor.
Now, let's be
I
clear, it's
think
not a guarantee still,
it's
but
not a guarantee, but I'm honestly starting to think like 40% chance. 40% chance.
I mean,
Unless you see mass dropouts.
I don't think you're going to see it. Everybody hates each other. They don't like each other
Yeah.
in California.
When's the primary?
I think it's April this year. I don't know for sure.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be too late.
Let's
Honestly,
see.
45% chance. It's
California primary date.
this started out as
June.
like a meme that would
Oh, it's
happen
actually
every
June
once in
this
a
year.
Hold on.
It's
June.
it's a
June
June
2nd.
this year. Okay, that's later.
Damn.
But still, I mean, like,
It's
thing,
possible.
yeah. But the problem Democrats have is like they just more and more people just keep entering the race. Just more major candidates. They all hate each other.
Well, I think they're kind of done now. I don't. I
For
think the filing
now.
deadline's coming up pretty soon. But
For now.
yeah, for now, that's not now.
Yeah.
I don't expect anybody else to enter. To be honest.
Yes, but for those like again, it's not a guarantee Republicans win. But man,
Oh, by the way, Real Clear Politics actually, yeah, both Real Clear Politics and Race to the White House, as of now, have it going to a top two Republican.
yeah, that's what I'm telling you guys. There's a chance here, and the problem Democrats have though is all these top Democrats, none of them like each other. They all hate each other. And people like Tom Steyer, they're throwing fuck you money this race. They're not going to drop out. They have
I
plenty
think
of
it
money.
really all changed when Eric Swalwell entered the
Yeah.
race.
And Katie Porter's stubborn. She refused to go down. She is not dropping out. So,
And not only that, Tom Steyer's gaining because he's trying to buy his way to the governor's seat.
like he did in 2020 or tried to in South Carolina.
And now you have the mayor of San Jose.
Yeah. I mean, like, you have 5 major Democrats, and there's like 20 other ones on the ballot. It's nuts. Like 5 or 6 major ones, like 10 additional minor ones. They gotta get somebody to drop out. And who's gonna drop out? That's my question.
I don't know, honestly. I probably some of the like really low polling ones, but
Even that, I mean, like, even would that really change much?
it probably wouldn't because then they would just all go. I mean, they probably would endorse somebody, but that doesn't mean everybody else will follow through. Like,
Yeah. American Nerd for 2. Please let this happen. It would be hilarious. Oh, and I know you know damn well Democrats in California would have the day after this happens, they would change the law. Watch. They're gonna get rid of it.
well, okay, yeah, they will do it, but it's not going to have an effect on
I know. But you know
2026.
damn well they're gonna immediately say, yeah, we gotta change this.
Okay, if I had to guess, if they force anybody to drop out, it'll probably be Xavier Becerra.
Yeah. It'd be like but even then, like I like even like would that be enough to really get somebody over the hump? Well, maybe with Swowell, but even then, this is an eternal for crying out loud, and barely at second place. So you know damn well he's at like 10% right now.
Hmm.
What would the down ballot effect if 2 Republicans advance? That is actually a good question. Democrats got to be careful in California because the top 2 candidates are Republicans. Turnout's gonna crash. It's gonna go in the shitter big
I
time.
think Dems will probably have a movement where they leave the governor ballot blank, but they still vote for everything
Yeah,
else.
but still, like that's gonna kill turnout big time. I think
But that could have effect on the gerrymander, which is good to
that's what I'm trying to
say.
say. Like some of those House seats, they're not that Democrat. They're like D+1, D+2, if that. You gotta be careful. And if you had to with 2 Republicans atop the ticket, which yes, that is in California, the top of the ticket is governor race. You end up with that.
The problem though is they're gonna have an auto recall triggered right when the
Well,
Republican
yeah,
takes
they're
office.
going
Yeah, I
to.
think they have to wait 6 months. I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
which
like,
means that Chad Bianco has the chance to, like, set up a positive image for himself in those 6 months, and
yeah.
then he could potentially survive the recall.
Well, the thing is, like most recalls, like especially lately, they failed. So
Because the only thing they'd have on him is he's a Republican. Lol,
yeah,
like
which
that's it.
would that really be enough to
It
recall him?
probably would still be enough for him to get recalled, but it'd be a close one.
Yeah. So if Bianco and Swalwell are the top 2 candidates, would old Democrats just vote for Swalwell? Yeah, it'll be closer, but yeah, Swalwell would
That
win.
being said, though, I think the problem though would be turnout would be extremely low on our side, so he probably would. It actually probably wouldn't even be close. He probably get recalled
We'll
by a
see.
lot because our side wouldn't turn out.
I don't think it'd be low on our side. I think Republicans would be motivated to keep their
I
Republican
mean, just
governor in.
getting a Republican, like every Republican in that state's going to vote. They're not going to let this
Yeah,
chance
I guess that
go.
makes sense because
They're
they've been wanting that for a while.
they're not going to let
Now
this go.
here's the problem with 2 Republicans going to the top. It's already probably getting less likely because now Hilton's going after Bianco.
I think it's completely. That's probably good if they're attacking each other because that keeps them steady. Because they'll lose a
That's what I
couple
think's going on.
supporters.
They're letting
Yeah,
Democrats shit on each other. They're like saying fuck these guys because they got to keep. That to me tells me that they think they have a chance of this. So they're actually already
yeah.
pivoting.
You know why? Because Hilton doesn't want too many people to vote for Bianca. That's good.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
So and
They're
I
probably
think
coordinating on this.
yeah,
if
I
you
think
want me to be-
Republicans in California they're gonna have max turnout. This is like a general election for them. This is like their 2016. It's like oh shit, we have a chance here. That's what I say. Like there's Republican turnout might be high in California for the primary, like uber duper high.
Yeah,
We'll
we
see
could
though.
see them both get. Imagine they're at like 40%, like Trump got in the state.
That's a really
That'd
good
be,
sign.
and then it's like 25% to 25. If we get that, if they hit like even 38%, it's 24 to 24 for both of them. Dems aren't, they got no fucking shot at making the runoff. It all comes down to turnout. You're in California, vote. You want to know what you do? Bring bring another Republican to the polls with you. One of you vote for one of them, one of you vote for the
Yeah.
other. That's
That
that's what
that
you got to
I
do.
think that'll be
Mhm.
that's the best way to do it. Like,
I know Poster Tubbs, who lives in California. He said he's going to vote for whoever's polling lower in
yeah,
the primary.
that's what
Yeah.
people should do. Like, if you have family in California, tell them one vote for Steve Hilton, one vote for Chad Bianco. We got a chance
Yeah.
here. I can't believe I'm saying it, but we've been
Yeah.
memeing about this for a couple years, but there's a chance that we end up with a Republican governor. Now, will he last? Probably not, but he could still
I
do
know.
some.
I think he could. I
He
think he very well could,
you could
especially
do
with
some
Bianco.
stuff. You could still, like, I don't know, maybe establish like a Doge type thing in
He'll have
California.
guaranteed 6 months, and then probably will survive the recall if he cements a positive image.
I think what he's got to do, whoever the governor is, focus exclusively on the fraud and waste in California. That's all you got to focus on. Start your own Doge in California. That's all you got to
Mhm.
do. Don't do anything else. Fuck everything. Screw everything else. Because people, even in California, they're sick of the fraud and waste. They're getting sick of that shit. Where it's like, oh yeah, $20 billion disappeared. It's a Medicaid scam. It's like just casually 20 billion just gone. So that means only a one-term Republican administration if Operation Chaos happens, and that'll be a lame duck governorship. Oh yeah,
So
but who cares?
you, the optics of us getting a Republican governor would also, that would just destroy the entire blue wave concept for 26.
Yeah,
Keep that in mind. If Dems, it doesn't matter how many swing states they win. If we get the California governorship, bro, like that destroys that. It'll be great.
yeah. Doge won't be popular in California. Well, I'm not saying like recreate Doge one to one, but like create a Doge type thing in California. And with being a governor, he could fire a bunch of people in the administration. He could just stack it with like loyalists and stuff. So, yeah, Steve Hilton, he actually started his own Doge in California. It's kind of more of it's like kind of like an open source one.
I think
But
Bianco will be the guy who wins.
yeah, I
Almost
think
certainly,
Bianco.
'cause he's
Yeah,
more
Mhm.
I think so. American Nerd for Two. Is Luke there, my friend? Wants his opinion on Japan. What's your opinion on
I
Japan?
already gave. I think it's pretty good result. We
Yeah.
like Takachi, pretty good prime minister. We now have like two of the three former Axis powers, I guess, have girl boss prime ministers. That's something I've seen people saying. Um, I guess that happened. So I
Just
don't
don't
know.
tie the Doge. Well, I'm not saying like because Doge like when a Democrat hears Doge, they like lose their shit. I'm saying like create a new one. Think of an acronym. Money. I don't know, like something because that's what people in California want. They want actual change. That because Republicans still cracking 40% of the primary. Like even if Democrats like win the primary, get one person at the top, Republicans still cracking 40%. What does that tell you about the state of California? So, yeah. What chances do you think there would that they would that Trump would send the guards to the major cities there, like Oakland or San Francisco, to get the crime down? They want to challenge Trump legally, like Illinois did. Oh, I agree. I think they would send National Guard in if a Republican won some of these big cities. I think they would. They would not stop it. American Nerd for Two. Is California a state where governor, lieutenant governor run together? Is it?
I think they're separate.
I don't know. California's weird with their elections. I
Well,
don't know.
I think lieutenant governor has their own primary.
Yeah. Cracking down a lot of fraud could do a lot of damage to Newsom's image. Just the Democrat Party as a whole. That's what I tell people. Just focus on this governor race. You're not gonna like. I'm not saying you're gonna make California red, but just even having a Republican there for a couple years, just going after the fraud and waste, letting Democrats do crazy shit while he's trying to save the state. How about CARE or Committee for Accountability of Revenue Expenditure? That's a good name, actually. Yeah, CARE. Create CARE instead of Doge. Let the boomers eat it up. Oh, we started CARE to deal with the fraud. California GOP needs to force all the other candidates to drop out other than Bianco and Hilton. Yeah, is anybody else running on the Republican side? Is there?
I think there's a couple. I think there's a bunch of minor candidates, but those are really the
I would
main
still get the
three.
dropout. Tell them fuck off. Like you're pulling
Even
up.
if not, no one knows who they are. So they're like type of people who their family will vote for them, and
Yeah,
that's it.
but still, just like tell them to get out of here. Shoo.
Yeah, because I think the only other one of like some notoriety is Shay On, who's a pastor.
Of course.
He's a Korean American pastor
Yeah.
of
Uh,
the charismatic movement.
all right. K Cup for 5. In California, call it coffee. California Office of Fiscal Financial Equity Efficiency. Just give it as a term libs love and say equity. Yeah, it's real. Chance Razik for 5. You guys see Rand Paul's antics in the hearing with Rubio? I thought he was gonna blow a gasket. Yeah, what is Rand Paul doing?
He's Rand Paul.
I know, but I don't understand why he stopped at Memphis and DC. He should have sent them to Louisville, St. Louis, and Charlotte too. Who would have challenged them? Well, I do know they are going to 5 cities. They're going to 5 more cities next month. It just the problem is like you cannot just go to every city at once. People understand like there's so many people you could send to each city with the FBI and the National Guard. You cannot just send everybody all at once. You just can't. They're doing the targeted stuff. So, anyways, have you guys given your thoughts on the Super Bowl? I guess we can. The halftime show sucked. Next, enough said.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I think everyone wants to talk about the Turning Point halftime show, though.
I want to be clear about this. I'm not a big fan of Kid Rock. The halftime show is bad.
That's well, Kid Rock.
Still
is the
better
best.
than better than the Bad Bunny one.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I said last night. Like, yeah, Kid Rock's was better, but it's not really saying much.
I mean, I watched both of them. I was at a party where we had both on.
It was just
We had the Bad Bunny one muted though.
Well, yeah, the Bad Bunny one was just horrific.
We just wanted to see what was going on, but we had the Kid Rock one like.
Who
loud,
thought
so-
it was a good idea? And you look at the videos of people in the stands, like everybody was like, "What the hell is going on here?" Who did
I
that
saw
appeal
there were
to?
videos. Some people were like at the Super Bowl physically, and they were watching the Turning Point one on their phone.
Yeah, I saw that. That's bad.
Also, by the way, I'd just like to say this: like, Turning Point one didn't do horrible. In terms of like viewership, like it had like 20 million views, I think, on YouTube. And that was just YouTube. It was also on like different channels as well. So like there were people acting like it was going to be a complete flop, like they get like 50 people to watch it, but no,
It was
people watched.
millions.
I think it
Yeah.
was live on like TBN or OANN.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
every conservative like boomer networks carried it. So
Also, JD Vance. Well, yes, off topic. I mean, we always go off topic, but JD Vance is the first sitting president or vice president to visit Armenia.
I saw that. Daniel for 5. Did you guys hear that Fetterman is sounding support for voter ID? Which other Democrats do you think will break for the SAVE Act?
None.
No, I don't see
Fetterman.
anybody else except Fetterman.
I
He's the
will
only
say
one.
though, on Armenia, that's big because Armenia has historically been a Russian ally, but it's been recently moving closer and closer to the West since the late 2010s. There was like this big kind of revolution where the kind of protesters ended up. It was basically the government was like, we're fucked. So they just let the leader of the street protest take over.
Seriously?
And since then, they've turned into more of a democracy and they're definitely leaning towards America. And the thing is with Trump is brought, if you don't know, Armenia and Azerbaijan, historically, they fucking despise each other. Armenia is obviously Christian, Azerbaijan is Muslim. And basically, Trump got a big peace deal with them earlier this year. And now Trump is really moved Armenia into the Western column. They're considering like a lot of like more Western. They were like one of the first countries too to join the Board of Peace, for example. So
Yeah.
Trump's making very good moves in that part of the world. So we love to see it with Armenia.
Okay. A couple more super chats. Where's it at?
Also,
American,
Red Eagle Politics, I'm sure, is happy about that.
yeah. American Nerd for 2. The Super Bowl was last night. Yeah. Seahawks won. K Cup for 5. I know the sad thing, the virtue signaling things that NFL does, the players on the field really don't care. They just want to play football. Well, yeah, I mean, nobody gives a shit about this stuff. When people are at the stands, like at the Super Bowl, and they're like watching the TPUSA halftime, that's sad. I don't think people understand how sad that is. That is pathetic. But I'm curious to see what the ratings were like when they compare the two. I know it's a little bit difficult because, it was on NBC and stuff, but like, I don't know what the ratings were for both. All right. Steyer Swalwell will beat any Republican running for governor. Well, yeah. Any Democrat will. It's just like you got to get two Republicans. That's how you win California. You're not gonna beat a Democrat. We're not saying that. You
I
gotta
was
get
10 years old when I found out there's someone named John F. Kennedy running for Georgia lieutenant governor on the Republican side, and
seriously.
he's leading in the polls for the Republican primary.
God. All right. I guess we could talk about I guess we could talk about Epstein a little bit because today's kind of a big day. I believe starting today, members of Congress will be able to go see the unredacted files. Let me pull this up. And of course, Thomas Massey just changed his story again. So let me pull this up. American Nerd for Two, give us college football style halftime shows. That'll be too much work. So, yeah, starting today, I think members of Congress could go to the DOJ and see the unredacted files. Now we don't know what they mean unredacted. Do they mean the actual videos? Right? Surely not, right? Surely. But okay. In other news, Thomas Massey just flipped again on the Epstein files. Is this shocking turn of events to anybody? No, of course not. So, yeah, Thomas Massey yet again is in the news. Not for a good thing. Because a little while ago, he flipped the Epstein files yet again. He changed the story for the 50th time. Right here. Yep. So Thomas Massey is now claiming that he never said he had 20 names. The survivors have 20 names. I have one and released it. Some evidence is in the files, and more would need to be uncovered through investigations, which DOJ has yet to undertake. Watch the video. And now he's saying, no, we know there's 20 men in the files. We know exactly who they are. Guys, why are people still falling for the Epstein shit? Seriously, why? Luke, what's your thoughts on the Epstein files?
I think Epstein was a interesting individual that died, and he probably should have died. I don't know what happened. I just think people are overreacting. People are going cape shit, to quote
It
Tyrone.
is cape shit.
They think it's like a superhero movie, like all the bad guys are just in the file and it was going to come
Yeah,
out
they're
and
all
prove everyone
mustache
right.
twirling villains. Now, let's be clear about this. There are some sketchy things, like especially with Steve Bannon. That's getting very interesting.
Also, I would like to say there is now this like trend going around social media. There was this video that had of this like Gen Z woman screaming about how she can't pay attention in school because and it had 800,000 likes, I should add. Claimed that the elites are not only doing the Epstein stuff, but they are now eating babies. This is like a trend that's going on. People are following this shit. They believe this shit. And I'm seeing like a lot of this stuff pop up. And I deleted TikTok because of this shit. It's too fucking
Yeah,
pervasive.
I mean, like,
Yeah, people are just buying everything now.
let's be
Like
clear
the
about this.
collective IQ. Like this is part of the reason I think mainstream media dying isn't necessarily this great win we think it is because people are just getting their news from these platforms now.
Well, yeah, again, like I've Captain Dreamer, a couple other people. They've been saying this for a while, and I agree with them now that mainstream media is dog shit. But mainstream media, you fact check everything. I've said this many times before. You fact
Mhm.
check every single thing. You do your own research, which is what you're supposed to do. Problem is now mainstream media is dead. Nobody gives a shit about it. But now you have schizophrenics, these influencers that, yes, they were right about a lot of stuff and they built up a lot of trust for people, and now they're pushing bullshit. and people are just blindly believing every single allegation, everything is real. Everything they're saying is real. And if you're questioning them, you're a protector of these people. It's insane. And you ask them, hey, can you name a specific file? Like, name one person should go to prison for this stuff and tell us the charge. They can't name one thing. They can't name a single thing whatsoever. Yeah,
We
it's
need to
stupid.
release the Massey files.
Oh gosh, I saw that. That's a growing meme now, but I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah. So we are just to assume you asked the victims if they had a name, 20 of them, you never followed that up. Yeah, that's a good question. Massey, are you covering up the victim? Like the people that did this shit? Are you a PDF protector? You see the problem with this? You can't just say everybody's like a PDF protector for asking questions and then say, well, actually, no, Thomas Massey, he first said he had the names. He said, literally says on live TV. We had the clip, not just in an interview or like in a press conference, during a committee hearing, listing off like specific details about people allegedly in the files. He knew who these people were. Now he's saying, no, I don't got a list, but I'll release them any day now. It's bullshit. It is complete and total bullshit. And people are falling for it. Do your own research. I can't believe I have to say that. That's somehow a controversial take now, but here we are. Daniel for 5. Hey, Real American, have you ever wanted to collab with other conservative YouTube pages like Red Eagle, Tester's Done? I never really been the
Unfortunately,
that stuff.
Tester is Dune's channel doesn't exist
Yeah.
anymore. But my channel does, and he should collab with me.
Mr. M for 5. Late to the stream. Started from the beginning. Keep Japan Americanized. That's real. Keep it Americanized. Uh, Daniel for 2. Life updates would be a cool chat. What? I don't know what that means. No clue what that means. Thanks for super chat. All right. Where we at? Okay, but yeah, this whole Epstein thing is just again. You can do your own research. There are some sketchy things. Let's be clear. Some weird shit in the files. But random Polish guy's been join the channel. Thank you so much, good sir. But yeah, with the files, guys, just do your own research. Nobody's read 3 million documents. I call bullshit. Not a single person on earth has read 3 million documents in what, a week? That is horseshit. So, yeah. I do think overall, though, like, we're gonna find out this week. Members of Congress, they're gonna be able to see these files unredacted. I swear to God, if it comes out these redactions, again, I said this a couple days ago. You know what the dumbest outcome of all this the redaction stuff is, Luke? The dumbest
Yeah,
outcome?
I saw that all the redacted people are just victims.
Yeah. Remember, they're allowed to redact victim names. That they're supposed to. I'm starting to wonder because remember, I'm not saying every victim was a co-conspirator or whatever, but there were a couple that were. Did people forget about this? There were victims, but like they did some shit. I'm not saying that's for sure like what's going on here, but just watch. They're gonna start seeing the files in person, unredacted, and watch them magically stop talking about this. Yeah, I have a weird feeling it's gonna come out. These are just victim names. And Thomas Massey's gonna look like the dumbest piece of shit on earth. Josh for 2, Epstein is turning to Russiagate 2.0. Yeah, even more retarded and more hysterical. Just insane. Measers for 2, also late but haven't caught up. Anything happened? No, not really. Random Polish guy for 2, been following since 2020, never joined. Sorry. That's fine. Thanks for super chat. Thanks for super chat. All right. Where we at?
Thomas Massey is
Yeah.
now almost sounding as inconsistent as the Epstein files as
Wait, what
Pam
do you
Bondi
mean? What
was.
now? What do you say now?
Well, no, it's just what you posted in 2025. We know at least 20 days. Like, dude, and now he's saying something that, like, dude, he's like no
He's
better than
changing
Pam
it.
Bondi now.
Yeah.
Like, just like Pam Bondi, dude.
Yeah. And now he's like, listen, well, Howard Lutnick does have questions to answer, but now it's like, wait, he's saying he's implicated in the files. No, he lied. That does not mean he committed a crime. And the crazy thing, he really thinks if you're mentioning the files, you committed a crime. This was always the problem with his discourse. You're just because you knew him, you talked to him, that does not mean that you're involved. It's sketchy as hell, sure, but seriously,
I will say I wouldn't be shocked if Lutnick resigns over this.
he might. Because he did lie about it. That's what did it mean. He lied about it. He said like he stopped talking to Epstein back in like 2006 or something. And he said, "Oh no, I hated the guy. The guy was disgusting, blah blah blah." You lied about it, dude. Like Lutnick, I mean, Lutnick's a good guy, I think, but he's just not. I don't get why he was picked as Commerce Secretary. Why?
I'm never gonna forget him and Scott Bessent. It's like two different worlds. Let's not forget Howard Lutnick. During the whole Liberation Day, he shorted a bunch of stocks right
Yep.
before. So let's not act like this guy's like he's not just in this because he cares about American manufacturing. He clearly has interests and stuff. So he's probably wasn't the best fit. He's difference between him and Bessent is night and day. Bessent's fucking amazing. He's
Well,
like
Bassett's one of the best treasury secretaries we've had in a long time.
yeah.
Phenomenal. I mean, listen, he's done a lot of shit behind the scenes that nobody talks about, just random shit. He knows what he's doing, and he did kind of force Musk out, which is just funny, that whole story. But that listen, Bissett doesn't piss around. If he doesn't like you, he's gonna say stuff. And well, I
Well,
don't
at the
know.
same time, since Musk's left, everything kind of went downhill. But it's kind of going uphill again now. But I'm glad we kind of got in the best optical position where Musk is going to be bankrolling us in the midterms and behind the scenes. He's not going to be hiring those canvassers anymore. That was just fucking horrible. They weren't background checking anyone. That was in
Yeah, that
Wisconsin. I'm
was
never gonna forget Emp. There was like all those videos. There was this lady who was like smoking on the job. She was like knocking at a Ring doorbell. It's like, bro, don't do that. Shut.
yeah. Yeah, it's not a good sign. That's not a good look. But yeah. Okay. Brain Musk back. I can say that I can confirm this now. He's back in the fold. But it's just more of a background thing. He's not like that was the thing with Musk. Like early on, it was perfect because yeah, he was the face of it, but it was running like clockwork. But then I think they went too far in some areas. They kind of just went out there. But
The government worker thing. I think the mass firings just
well,
like turned off a
the
lot of
way
people.
they did it was just
Yeah,
stupid. They could have done that 1,000 times better. But
they did it way too quick. I think they needed to do like more like overtime, like doing
I
that.
think the best way they could have done is like they go after they know the shitty ones and clear them right away. Set an example, and then let them resign and stuff. But nope. Again, like Musk had good intentions. Doge is still doing stuff. Doge is like in the government now. It's embedded. They are going after corruption and stuff, but it's more like less publicized because yeah.
Yeah. I will say a national who is Bostonian asked me to let you know that there was a Gallup poll that said expectations of growth in
Yeah, I saw
2026,
that.
49% expected to growth to go up, 36% expected to go down. I'll post it here if you want to share it.
Was the stream supposed to be about Minnesota? Oh yeah, we'll get the Minnesota stuff in a second. That is the biggest story in my opinion, but
Well,
we'll get
let's just say that the titles of the streams on Rap's channel are more so like placeholders, and
yeah,
we'll
because
see if
sometimes stuff happens. Like we get a lot of like information, and oh, we got breaking news. Actually, we have breaking news from the Select Subcommittee on January 6th. This is the new thing they started to investigate the investigation of the January 6th and stuff, and they found a new document proving that Chris Wray's FBI predicted a January 6th type event as early as September of 2020. This is broke a little while ago. Yeah.
So they
They
almost let it play out without intervening.
Maybe they planned it the entire time, and that's why the election was
Yeah, if only there was a certain individual who has a large podcast following now who was yelling at people to go storm into the Capitol while he was sitting
yeah,
outside.
anyways, but yeah, like guys, look at this. We now have evidence they were preparing a January 6th thing months ago, or they had the idea of it, which is strange. How would they prepare this stuff? Developing well-placed authorized sources both online and in person against predicted DVE groups that are capable of identifying calls for violence, blah, blah, blah. Sophisticated deliberate cyber infrastructures, law enforcement, government entities, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so they were preparing a January 6th type event for months. Yeah, this is real. Anybody can look this up right now. Yeah, they predicted an event that could happen months before. Does this mean that's a guarantee they did it? No. But is that strange? Well, why is Chris Wray's FBI doing that? I wonder. Random Polish guy for 5. Instead of my resume putting my military service to use enough talk action as needed. That's my new motto. Deportations will continue until morale improves. Hey, W's in chat for random Polish guy. Good luck, good sir. Yeah, we will keep deporting people until morale improves. I agree with that, 100%. They were going to storm the Capitol regardless of whether or not Trump won. I'm starting to become more convinced of that. The more we hear about that, I think they're going to do it anyways. But yeah. All right. So I guess we can finally get into the title of the stream. we're only 48 minutes into 51 minutes in the stream now.
maybe you ought to change the names of these streams to like the Real American Show or something.
Nah. Listen, it was supposed to be the major topic, but we got off topic. It's good to talk about their stuff, but so
we like clickbait. We love to clickbait you guys.
Yeah, that's real.
You should just call it the Rap Show. I
The
don't
rap
know.
show. Howard Lutnick faces bipartisan calls to resign. Yeah, he's done. And now the rapper Drake is now following President Trump and Vice President Vance. Why is that a story? What?
I don't know. We got a new MAGA
He
celebrity.
endorsed the Liberal Party in Canada. I know that.
Yeah, why is he okay? All right.
We're gonna have another Turning Point halftime show with Drake and Nicki Minaj.
That would be a
I
lot
don't
better.
think Drake is becoming whatever.
I would much rather have that than freaking dog shit we're seeing right now. But
apparently Drake lives in Houston now, so I guess he's
wait, what? He lives in Houston?
I think he does now. Yeah.
All right. So I think we can talk about a big story of the weekend that remember what everyone was doing about Minnesota? Remember what everyone was saying? Trump bent the knee in Minnesota. It's all over. We lost Minnesota. Yeah. About that. Let me pull this up. So it was reported hold on. Object Clays Cater for 2 Real American Rants. Maybe. But you remember how everyone keeps like doing about what Tom Homan said about who they're going after? You guys know how they're doing about that? It's like, oh, we're targeting the violent criminals first. That's kind of been the focus of the administration lately. And everyone's doing about it. All right. They are doing about it. They're saying that they're not going to deport everybody. There's certain people saying, oh, they stopped deportations. It's over. Well, the CBS News got a new document or documents from DHS and Border Patrol where less than 14% of nearly 400,000 immigrants arrested by ICE in President Trump's first year back in the White House had charges or convictions. Yeah. 14% had actual criminal records. Right here. Only 14% committed an actual crime. Like actually like a violent crime. Look at this. Right here. Arson 0.1%, kidnapping 0.3%, homicide 0.5, robbery 0.7, burglary 1.3, sexual assault 1.4, weapon offenses 1.6, drug deal, dangerous drugs 5.7. The rest is DUIs, assault, all other crimes, and civil immigration violations only. Yeah,
Civil immigration, which I think is just crossing the
yeah,
border
it's crossing the
illegally.
border only. Notice how it's phrased. That means they picked up 40% of the people they arrested in the first year. Again, the ICE has arrested 390,000 people in year one. All right, from January 21st, 2025 to January 31st, 2026, they've arrested 392,000 people. That means they deported around 300,000 people, just ICE alone. They have deported 40%. That is what? Do the math. 40% of just round up 400,000. That is like, what is that? Like 160,000 or something, right? Yeah, 160,000 people arrested. And they did not have any criminal record except crossing the border illegally. So when these people say, oh no, they're not deporting people, they're only going after the 0.1% are bad. No, it's actually the opposite. They're targeting the bad ones first. That's their main focus. But if they see an illegal immigrant, they're going to pick them up. How many times have they explained this to people? Just because they say this, that does not mean that's reality. They just say, oh yeah, we're targeting the bad ones first. Wouldn't you? Luke, would you target the bad ones first?
No, I'd target the grandmas because I don't know,
Yeah.
because I get all of my political opinions from Cozy TV
Oh gosh. But no,
because I'm a
just
fat
okay, stop.
homosexual.
Okay, Luke.
Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, so 40% civil immigration violations only. That's 160,000 or whatever. All their crimes, another 30%. It's like 14% were those that were violent. And other stuff as well. Yeah, 40% civil charges only. Only 2% arrested had alleged gang affiliations. Man, this is we're only going after the really bad ones, everybody. Types of crimes linked. Freaking nothing. Yeah. So this is what we're dealing with. This is the truth about the deportations. We're deporting everybody. We see you in the streets, we're going to deport you. We're just targeting this percent right here, okay? The sexual assault, burglary, homicide, the really shitty ones right away. That's our main focus. But if they see this 40%, if they see you on the streets and you're illegal, they're going to pick you up. It's not like Biden where they didn't do anything. It's like, no, they're actually going after everybody. It just, hey, the focus on these. The focus again, these ones that are dangerous to society, they can harm people, get rid of them. They're the easiest to deport, no questions asked, but you're also targeting everybody else. So yeah, that's the truth about it. Yeah, and it's smart. It's smart to do it that way. Just common sense. Like, yeah, do the targeted raids. That's what Tom Homan said. Border czar Tom Homan said that a targeted approach to immigration enforcement would be needed to keep the faith of the American people, which is right. People don't want to see these giant raids and, it's awful and, it looks bad in TV, but in reality, nothing happens. Like, nobody wants to see that shit. Doing these targeted raids like this is much better and more effective. Take up for two, but rap. They said deportations are over. Yeah.
We have some
Yeah.
other news from Minnesota. Scott Jensen has dropped out of the governor's race. He is now running for auditor.
Yay. Mike Liddell for governor. I'm kidding, but.
Well, I think Lisa DeMouf got the plurality of the caucus or something. So yeah, vote for
Yeah.
Lisa DeMouf. Sorry.
Did she get the endorsement?
No, she got a plurality of the vote. I don't think I think that's just the caucus. I think they're doing the
Why do you have a
convention later.
caucus and convent?
I don't.
You don't want to know.
Weird stuff.
Because
Minnesota.
like in Wisconsin, we have caucuses for the county parties, but we have a convention for the.
Maybe
They have
It's
a
maybe
Minnesota.
Maybe the caucus of some of the county parties. I don't remember.
Yeah. It's Minnesota. You don't ask questions. Let's see. Trump backed down to Tampon Tim. I know it's undeniable truth. Trump betrayed me. Yeah, Trump betrayed us. Meanwhile, you get videos like this where like Minneapolis police departments are just beating the shit out of protesters. Oh yeah, guys, we bent the knee so much that the Minneapolis Police Department they feel bad, so now they're doing our job for us. Yeah, sure. And now they're saying the Minneapolis Police Department they're the same as the KKK and ICE. Does this look like Democrats are winning on the streets? Really? Seriously, what did we give up for this? We got local law enforcement doing their job. We're able to go to these jails down and get these detainers. We're actually able to arrest people. We have local law enforcement supporting us. Can anybody name a thing we lost in this agreement with Minneapolis and Minnesota? Can anyone name a single thing? Seriously. It's as if the narrative is bullshit. ICE should have its own version of these police body cams. Oh, I agree. And now Democrats are against it.
Yeah, I saw that. They
Hold
said
on,
it would
Rap.
be used as surveillance devices.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on,
wonder
Rap.
why they're
Hold on,
now
hold
saying
on,
that.
Rap. Hold on, Rap. Repeat your question.
No, I'm just but no, yeah, body cam stuff. But yeah, I'm just asking like what did we give up in Minneapolis? What did
Tim Walz.
no, like seriously, we got the local law enforcement working and doing their job. They're going after these protesters and agitators, arresting everybody. Hundreds of people getting arrested a day. We can actually do operations and go in the jails. Now, that was a big thing, the county jails. There's thousands of these people in the jails. What did we give up to do all this?
I don't know, but Tim Walz gave up for sure. That's just
Yeah. Oh no, but the people on Twitter are saying no. Trump gave up because we had to pull back what 700 agents that weren't even supposed to be there, and
Yeah.
now they're being directed to Ohio. It's like that's what's going on. They're just directing the shit to Ohio. These people are in a support capacity.
The only
They're-
people I can think of that gave up are probably Tim Walz and I guess Will Stancil.
Yeah, Will Stansel's the minute it's over. It's like we got folded.
Actually, Rap, I wasn't on the stream Friday. Did you guys talk about Monkeygate on Friday?
I mean, it's not even worth talking about.
Yeah, I know. That old
Any
thing.
Republican that fell for that shit's a dumbass.
Oh, so we got big news. The Cuban government has informed airlines they have about 24 hours worth of fuel left in the country.
Oh, are you serious?
Yep.
Cuba. Oh my gosh! If Trump can like liberate Cuba and Venezuela,
I think they might just liberate themselves. They're just dead. They don't have any oil, dude. They're done.
it's as if Venezuela was a big problem. Wow, over problems stem from Venezuela, even through the cartels and stuff, because they're the money launderers. That's where the money goes is through Venezuela.
Does Cuba just be like Texas before they got statehood? Like, you know what? America, we want to be part of you. Just let us in as a territory.
Maybe. I mean, they weren't they territory for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think for a little bit during the war, the Spanish American War.
Yeah, it was they were a territory for a little bit, but that was a temporary thing. So, kick up for 5. Off topic, but have you noticed how woke and cringe Olympics have been ever since they've replaced Mario and Sonic with NFTs? Yeah, it's shit. Cuba gonna start making oh gosh, yeah, Cuba's government might collapse. So, my question is where if if they run out of oil, what are they gonna do? Seriously, what can they do after they run out of oil?
Probably start buying Russian oil.
They're blockaded right now. In America,
Yeah, they're blockaded.
yeah, I mean they're seizing everything. The Caribbean's blockaded right now. I don't
China
know
wasn't even able to get tankers in, dude.
when like and Mexico was their last hope, and they bent the knee because they realized, oh, Trump could kidnap us at any point.
Also, Trump can just shut down their entire economy if he wanted with the car stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, and apparently, beyond the obvious damage, this is what this tweet said. That suddenly shutting down any country's air travel would have a not at all small percent of food and medicine in Cuba comes by luggage on airlines. So apparently, they're like all their food and stuff comes out of the country, or a good chunk of it does. Yeah, I don't think Cuba's gonna last much longer. I just got a hunch. Got a hunch it's not going to last. How long do they last, you guys think? How long do you guys think Cuba lasts before they collapse? I give it a couple weeks. If this
I
is
don't know.
true. If this is true. If it's bullshit,
It is. It from what I've seen, it is.
oh my gosh. I give them like 2 weeks then.
Could they actually become like a part of America by the end of the year?
They give me a
They
territory,
won't be
maybe.
part of that. They'll just have a new government, probably a more favorable government.
Maybe.
Hmm.
It makes sense to remove the Cuban government and having a hostile regime so close to us a national security risk as seen as during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Oh no, but Rich
All
Barris
I'll
and
say is if
others.
that happens, if the Cuban communists fall, JFK and Nixon will be looking down,
Yeah.
fucking happy as hell, dude.
Yeah, but the whole freaking like do people understand like why Trump's going after Cuba and Venezuela right away like this? Does he not understand why he's doing it?
Hispanics, we need their votes.
Not only that, but you do realize that it's a national security risk, and the president's
That too.
has
It's
worked.
a win-win. We get Mexican vote, we get Hispanic votes, and we
Well, not only
take
that, but
down
like
the.
you do realize the president's not an isolationist, right? I don't get why they keep
Yeah,
saying he's supposed to be. Like, what? There's like hostile government, like just right next to Florida, just sitting there. Why would he want
you
that?
had an isolationist candidate in 2016. His name was Rand Paul. He got 1%.
Yeah, the Don Road doctrine. Yeah, in China, it's like these dumbasses that they're literally just like third worlders, third worldists, and isolationists. It's just stupid.
Off topic, but I just remembered this. Did you guys remember last night when Bad Bunny gave that Grammy to some child actor and everyone thought it was the 5-year-old?
Yeah, and I gained like 100,000 likes in 2 minutes.
Fucking Crescenstein, bro.
Yeah,
So if he thinks every little Hispanic boy looks the same.
yeah, which is talking about racist.
Crescenstein.
Yeah, the Monroe Doctrine. Yeah, this stems the Monroe Doctrine, just a new version of it. It's like these idiots are saying, no, the founding fathers wouldn't have wanted. What? You're going to say James Monroe didn't know what he was talking about? Seriously?
I still don't know why Brian Crescenstein follows me.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. He does. Oh, my gosh. Uh, we need to hire new people to fix the turnout into problem. Oh, I agree. Turnout's still a big problem. All right. It's not isolationist to change alliances. Focus on a hemisphere. Yeah, I don't get why people have to explain this 100 times. Why would we? Why would we just like ignore Cuba and Venezuela if they're causing problems? Why? Not even like not even the founding fathers would be like, oh no, we got to take down Cuba if they're hostile to us. Like, this is stupid. This whole thing is just insane. Uh, third world is Robert Barnes will fucking lose it. I love it. Oh, speaking of Robert Barnes, you guys see how he got exposed yesterday? You guys see that? I'm gonna pull this up. So everybody knows I got blocked by Barnes a couple months ago because no reason. All I said was I asked people like why was Thomas Massey doing the thing he was doing? He got blocked or something. It was something like that. I don't know, but
POV, you say that Ukraine didn't start the Ukrainian war.
what?
Blocked by Robert Barnes. No, because he's like super pro Russia for whatever
It
reason.
was something stupid. I just asked a question about Massey and I got blocked.
I
But
know.
hold on.
He,
Yeah, so
he's one of the people who thinks Ukraine started the invasion. It's like
that's
I don't know how
insane.
that fucking happens, bro.
But
No,
anyways, he donated to Act Blue in 2019.
yeah, in 2019. One thing in 2016 with Bernie, that's one thing. Okay. But let me pull this
Wasn't
up.
the only reason he became famous because he like bet money that Trump would win in 2016
He bet a
and then
fuckload of money on Trump winning. Yeah.
he won. That's like the only reason.
Yeah.
Like we said, these people should be on DraftKings. That's the John Doyle take. These people
Yeah.
should
I agree.
just go on DraftKings. Like clearly that's his passion.
Yeah. And when you're calling freaking when you're calling the Mike Davis like a fraudster, what the hell are you talking about? Mike Davis puts his money where his mouth is. And he runs Article 3, wherever it's called, which is a good project. Like unlike Barnes, he actually knows what he's talking about legally. But yeah, right here, look at this shit. He donated to Act Blue in 2019. And then RFK, of course, in 2024. And oddly enough, he supported Mike Garcia. That's kind of weird.
A little random there.
Yeah, it's like Mike Garcia, really? Yeah, he gave money to Act Blue in 2019. Makes you really wonder. Like the Bernie stuff back then, fine, whatever. But seriously,
Okay, I found a quote from Jasmine Crockett, or from a quote about Jasmine Crockett not running ads. Let me send it to y'all.
about what?
About Jasmine Crockett not running ads.
Oh my!
Yep.
And she's still winning anyways.
Is this real?
Mm-hmm.
If she wins without running a single TV ad, like, I mean, she's positioned to win, dude.
Candidates of color cannot use these traditional methods because these traditional methods were not designed for them.
Mm-hmm.
Is this real?
And she's still gonna win the primary, dude.
Well,
I guess so.
people are dooming about Texas. What the hell are you talking about? Seriously?
Another off topic fan. Did you guys see the Libs of TikTok tweet from yesterday?
Which one?
I didn't.
Yeah, I know. It's the one where she was going on about the Saudi Arabian flag flying in an Oregon.
Oh,
high
yeah,
school.
I saw that, guys. I saw that. Listen, you can clearly tell there's a bunch of other flags. It's probably like an Olympic event or something at a school.
No, it's because high schools do that all the time. They have like these. They put like country flags in there.
Yeah,
The thing is, though, is that she actually knew.
these idiots. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I think okay, we're back. Hello? Oh, hello? Is everything working? Hello? I hear you. Yeah, my thing just yeah, we crashed for a second. We're good. We're good. Okay. It's glitchy bit, but we're back. Yeah, that was a weird spike. And Discord crashed. Yay! Hooray! Okay, we're good. All right. But yeah, like, are we gonna say like Teddy Roosevelt and McKinley were like neocons? Seriously, like that's the issue. That's the issue of this whole discourse. We're at that point. Oh, Trump's a war hawk and a neocon for going to Venezuela. What would you call Teddy Roosevelt McKinley, for crying out loud? Were they neocons? I mean, that's the whole issue. We're focused on our own hemisphere. I'm fine with this stuff. If we're not, and we didn't lose anybody. We lost nobody. According to Barnes, yes. Yeah, it's stupid. K Cup for 2. Is that part of Byron Donald's dark future? Oh gosh. Ben Cynics for 2. Did you see what John Rose shared about Barris? I'm not gonna get into that. I don't like talk about stuff, but yeah, I saw it. Yeah, Teddy's a legend. Yeah. Who would be against Teddy Roosevelt? Like that's stupid to say that. But like that's Trump's foreign policy. It's literally identical to McKinley and Teddy. Same foreign policy. You're gonna say they're bad presidents? That's insane. They keep using that John Adams quote about seeking monsters. Do they know what Adams ordered Andrew Jackson to do to Florida? Yeah. I mean, like you talked with the founding fathers, like freaking sent like ships to Africa, for crying out loud, to like Northern Africa and stuff. It's just like this is stupid. Compare Middle East forever wars, which Green Day style independents like to shit on historically, is not the same as focus on Monroe Doctrine. Yeah, that there's a big difference. I would agree. If there's boots on the ground in freaking like Iran, that's a different story. But seriously, we just took Maduro, who was literally killing Americans with like drugs and stuff. Like what how can people be like this stupid on this? It's dumb. People compare Trump to Reagan. I think that's wrong. He's comparable to Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, he is the modern day Teddy, I think. At least in foreign policy. The Barbary War and the Whiskey Rebellion invalidated invalidates all that shit. It's crazy. It validates all of it. Jefferson and Madison sent our navy to protect. We literally just attacked North Africa, pirates and stuff. But no, they must be war hawks, everybody. Yeah, sure. All right. So I think that's kind of it. If anybody got more super chats, any more questions, concerns, whatever, send them now. Last calls were super chats. Last calls were super chats. All right. Republicans need to advertise more. Well, yeah, I agree. Was Jackson the Senate representing Tennessee? I don't know for sure. Probably was. Yeah, just this whole thing is just stupid. Don't tell Lillibert to mass C. Sims about the Whiskey Rebellion. Yeah, it just the foreign policy takes are just getting dumber by the day. You could be America first and say, hey, maybe we shouldn't let Venezuela do shit or Cuba. It's our hemisphere. Why should we allow this? What percent chance would you give Republicans or California get elected 2 Republican governor candidates? I think it's like 20% right now. It's rising, but I think it's still 25%. All right. Anyways, folks, thank you so much. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed.